head to America's most beautiful city. Is that right, Robert?
That's correct,
Houston,
Lauren.
Texas. It is win or go home. And as Alex Bregman said, we've had backs against the wall all year, right? We were 10 games back in June. We are used to this. They will give the ball to Hunter Brown, who grew up rooting for the team they are facing, the Detroit Tigers. Jake Peavy is with us this morning on Central. Jake, good morning to you. So how does Hunter Brown manage his emotions, game on the line against his team? What do you think? Good morning.
Good morning to you, Lauren. And look, this show for the first hour, if you're not locked into this, Burning Man, Calaberry, and then that last segment, always fun to be with you guys. Listen, speaking of fun, Hunter Brown's going to have fun today.
Yeah.
Pitching in the playoffs is unlike any other time that you get to take the mound. It's like an opening day start. It's an all-star game experience. I just look for him to control his emotions, DeRo. The kid's got the stuff. He's on a nice run. They need him in a big way. Calm, collected, and I tell you, the biggest thing I saw yesterday, if you can get these starters an early lead.
Yes.
When starters get an early lead.
Give me a two spot. Let me relax.
And relax, but then you can just come at the opposition in a way. Yeah. Tarek Skubal, once he got that lead, here it comes. He was like that before the lead.
Michael King.
Same thing with Michael King.
He got out of that first inning where he was a little squirrely, and then game on.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to have to be Hunter Brown. Hunter Brown is going to come out today pumped up, just as Michael King was. Harness that into making pitches. You're going to be just fine.
All right, let's get into it. Run this real quick because he's a beast. He presents like Justin Verlander, probably his favorite pitcher growing up in the Detroit area, 5th-round pick out of Wayne State, and he's going to have a big moment on his hands. It's win or go home. And we've had a few pitchers come on this set talking about having to make adjustments, Peeve. You were a two-seam kind of guy. When Hunter Brown first came to the big leagues, it was 4-seam, top of the zone, big breaking ball. I'm going to overpower you right there. Pause this. He got beat up early this year. Bring up the first board. Take a look at this. Before May 1st, 6 starts, he had almost a 10 ERA. OPS north of 1,000. Since May 1st, he's got a 2.51. He's been absolutely dominant. Hot change me to the two-seamer since he's incorporated that. Give me the next one, the ERA leaders. ERA leaders since May 1st, minimum 110 innings pitched. You got Paul Skeens, Sale, you got the big dogs, Michael King, Hunter Green, and Hunter Brown. So what has he done? Alex Bregman, couple guys. Sometimes your best coaches are the guys watching you play in the same uniform, right? And they walked up to him, they were basically like, and I'm hearing this so much, if you're a one-plane type of fastball pitcher, guys usually start to beat you up. Did you have the ability, once Hunter Brown started throwing this little two-seamer, I say little, he can live at 96, 98, it changed the whole game for him.
Without question. I think this happens. I think you can even take it back to him coming on the scene in 22, having success with what got him there. But once you get in the league and once the book's out, if you watch what happened, the league was ready. Last year was a struggle into this year until you keep evolving. And then the other point to make to what you just said is having veteran experience around matters. And I'm just with you, DeRo. I learned as much from my teammates than I did as I did from my coaches. And that's not a knock. It's just what experience does for your team. Certainly made a difference.
Get back into these ABs. There's a couple. He's incorporated this two-seamer, and it has been really good for him. Some weak contact, some early contact. You see Skubal yesterday getting early swings from the Astros hitters. What do you want to do? You want to just present strike that's going to ball. We're going to get into some sound from Luis Severino when he came on the set talking about incorporating a sinker. Watch J-Rod. J-Rod has no idea of the 17 inches. Once he gets a swing here, run that back for me. This pitch right here, I want you to pause it on contact. Pause. Look, I mean, that's on the white line. You have no idea of where the strike zone is if you're hacking at that. But that's what the two-seamer does. It expands the plate from 17 inches, run it, to 22, 23 inches, and now you're going to get ground into double plays. You're going to get swing and misses on stuff outside. It has really freed him up. Here we go, little double play ball right there.
It's nice to see two different fastballs. When you can do it, and we all saw Michael King, it's starting to come back. The sinker is starting to play because stuff. Well, everybody can hit velocity now. And if it's straight and you only have one look, to be a starting pitcher, I talk about the best in the league. What makes Tarek Skubal so good? He's got incredible stuff, but it's 3 pitches you've got to worry about. You've got to worry about fastball, strike. Yes, you've got to worry about fastball, changeup, but then the slider's there. When you have to worry about 3 pitches as a starter to have 2 different fastballs, and I had this early in my career, it was a game changer. Easy outs, like you said.
Yes.
But the cutter, everybody has these days. Everybody has the cutter. To have something going off that in today's world where we're seam shifting, we have all the analytics to help us. I don't know why more people aren't trying to move the ball. Well, I'll ask you the question. What would you rather hit?
I wanted the 4-seamer. You could throw it 150 miles an hour.
Everybody
eventually
does.
Get to
Nobody
it was
wants
one-planed, right?
Nobody wants that late movement.
No.
If you can get on top of that sinker, the biggest thing for me was hand positioning. Everybody would say, arm up, get your arm up. It wasn't my arm, it was that hand positioning we talked about. You get down here and you throw it, but if that sinker's here and it's coming out like this, it is going to go east and west, but it's also going north and south. And you can tell them it's coming when it's good.
Let's get into all right, we have some sound from Luis Severino because he incorporated a sinker into his game. He's having massive success with it. Take a listen.
We were not doing a good job inside to either righties and lefties, so we were looking for a pitch that could go into lefties and into righties so that we work in the sinker. You know how metrics are. If you are a guy who every time you see a sinker, it's going to be a ground ball, you know.
It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
And that's who I was. So what do? You throw sinkers in on righties. And look at Hunter Brown. You're going to get takes. You're going to get weak ground balls to third base. It is so hard. What I want people to understand, pause this. Talking about staying on plane, when you see a 4-seam heater come out of Jake Peavy's hand, it is riding the lane. It's going to stay on this plane. So as long as I can get my bat path on that 4-seam plane, I'm going to hit it hard if I'm on time. The 2-seamer,
use that top hand to do it, right?
The 2-seamer, why I had so much trouble is it starts on one plane, but it's sinking and moving. So it was tough to know, A, what was a strike or what was going to hold the 17 inches, and then B, how do I manipulate my barrel to get up under it to give hard contact to it? I struggled so mightily. Nothing chapped my tush more than rolling over a sinker to the third baseman and running down the first base line. I literally wanted to run right out right field and just run home. Because it was like, you did exactly what you were trying to do.
Do you remember Brian Lawrence,
Yes.
right-handed starter in San Diego? He was having tremendous success when I got to the big leagues, 88 to 90 miles an hour with a sinker, and truly turned me onto it. Here's another thing I'll say about starting pitching, and we'll get to the board, is if you're going to start and you're going to face a lineup 3 times, you have to pitch in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You cannot stay away.
Yes.
You have to master the ball on the inner half. A sinker, righty on righty, makes that really easy to do if you can pull it off.
And hats off to Hunter Brown right here. You see it since May 1st. I mean, he's just incorporated a completely new pitch, and it's not like he's throwing it 4.5% of the time like his slider. This is a massive weapon for him.
It's a massive weapon, and it's not some sinker that you look at and go, oh, this is an incredible Michael King type sinker.
Yeah.
It's just another arsenal to make him a bit better, and you keep getting better. Guys, he's 26, 27 years old. I think he's 26 years old. You keep getting better.
Yeah.
You keep sitting by Justin Verlander. You keep watching the guys on your staff. This is what Hunter Brown's done. I love this kid. He's emotional, big stuff.
Lowest hard hit percentage on a pitch type this season. Hunter Brown sinker, and he just started throwing it. I mean, he got a bunch of relievers in there mixed in with Bailey Ober. All right, let's go. Get back into the tape here, because I want to talk about adjusting arm angle, right? You just started to hint at it. It's not so much arm angle as it's hand position. This is March 30th, so what is he going to present? He's going to present straight over the top 4-seamer. What you're going to notice now is maybe just a little kind of dumbing it down, little, not 3/4, but run it to kind of create that sinker movement inside. Pause it. Now slow click it to the top. Ready, pause. One more. Look at this. This is good. All right, so pause right here. I want people to understand. Look at the right-handed batter's box. Look at the white line in the right-handed batter's box. Just to give you that idea, same mound, same place, where he's changing his arm angle a little bit since he started to throw this sinker. So, come on, I know this is going to morph over the top right here.
Well, this is getting
Good. Boom. So just a little bit of difference there.
Oh, what a huge difference. When you talked about Michael King's post-game interview last night, I know I brought his name up a lot, but we're talking sinker, and nobody's using it better in the game. This is also creating deception.
Yeah.
A little bit more deception when you're talking about inside the right-handed batter's box, and that's making that right-handed batter feel uncomfortable. It's also making the breaking ball better.
Look at this, Peave. In April, his four-seamer, arm angle by month this season, right? He was at 65 degrees. He's up here. On his sinker, he didn't even have one. So what happens, right? Are you going to be able to tell? Because guys can pick up tells. Are you here? Are you here? I'll start to pick it up. What heater's coming at me? Look at him now. He's kind of morphed into one. He's got one arm slot. It feels good to him. And he's rolling. And highest percentage of fastballs thrown inside. We know Tanner Houck. He's stepping behind you with the two-seamer. I think the biggest thing I'll say about Hunter Brown is the ability to make the change and be successful with it and to kind of dive into it and it be so effective for him. It's been pretty awesome.
It's been unbelievable. And look, it's allowed him to pitch in. Sandy Koufax said the art of pitching is instilling fear. If you can't control the inside part of the plate, you cannot pitch.
Yeah.
That's what Hunter Brown is now doing, way more than it was almost 30% of the time before now, and now he's doing it. If you watched Terrence Skubal yesterday, what did he do when Yordan Alvarez stepped up in one of those at-bats? First pitch, by design, up and in. Not even trying to throw a strike, but it set up the whole rest of the at-bat. Pitching in is a huge part of being successful and why Hunter Brown is starting.
And he's dominated them. He's pitched against them twice. He's given up 1 run in 12 innings pitched. Stats on inside fastballs among right-handed hitters since August 1st. Tigers, they struggle. Okay, maybe not now. They're riding a heater, but expect Hunter Brown to throw that two-seamer in today.
Sharing the mound with Tyler Holton. First game of the day.
Yeah, that also with Brown on the mound, that means that the Kerry Carpenter can now be in the starting lineup. He was not in the starting lineup against Framber Valdez, which of course ended with a Game 1 win.